So this is the first guitar chord video that I'll be making, and it's at the request of, I think it's cchovies, requested this. So here you go. This is for Her Light by Cleo. And if you're not familiar with guitar at all, I'm going to try to go through this in a way where you'll be able to do it. So the first chord is F major 7. So basically what you'll do, basically just to give you some quick background here, these spaces here are called frets. This is fret 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. These strings are numbered from 6 to 1. So the string closest to the top is 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just to start there. So you're going to take your index finger, put it on the first fret on the 6th string for F. You're going to take your ring finger on the 2nd fret on string 4. That's E. Then you're going to take your pinky finger also on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. That's A. And then you're going to take your middle finger on the 1st fret along with your index finger, and it's going to go on the 2nd string from the bottom, which is C. F-A-C-E, not exactly in that order in this case, but it equals F major 7. Then E minor is next. Now, if you're new to guitar, I recommend just doing maybe these 2 fingers here on the 2nd fret on strings 5 and 4 to begin with. That would be just a low E is open. Your fingers are going to be on, your index and middle finger are going to be on strings B and E, and then you've got strings G, B, and E open. So you can do it that way. Or you can, in addition to your index finger and your middle finger on the 2nd fret on strings B and E, aka the 5th and 4th strings, you can add your ring finger and your pinky finger on the bottom of the 3rd fret on strings 1 and 2, which will be D and G. So you go back and forth like that in the verse. Even into the bridge. Honesty is the fairest thing alive. You're going to be basically picking at strings 6, 4, 3, and 2 for F major 7. You're going to, your index finger naturally mutes the 5th string, and you're not going to worry about string 1. So you're just going to, with your thumb, index finger, middle finger, and ring finger on your right hand. This is a right-handed guitar, so that's the perspective that I'm doing this from. And then you're going to, for the E minor 7, you're going to skip the 6th string. And you're going to skip string 3, and you're only going to be hitting, well, you can actually go back and forth with your thumb between strings 6 and 5. So you can actually hold, play strings 6. I end up playing strings 6, 4, 2, and 1 because they end up being like the ones that ring out the most. But you can kind of toggle back and forth between 5 and 6 with your thumb. Then the next part is going to be the chorus chords, which is B flat over C and then C over D. So basically you'll take your ring finger to, remember how we acknowledge the numbering of the frets in the beginning? Your ring finger is going to go on fret 8. You're going to skip string 5. Your ring finger is going to go on the 6th string. You're going to skip string 5. Your pinky is going to go on fret 8 as well on string 4. That's B flat. Then you're going to take your middle finger on fret 7 on string 3. That's D. Then you're going to take your index finger on fret 6 on string 2, and that's going to be F. You're going to skip strings 5 and 1, strum from 6 down to 2, strings 6 down to 2, skipping 5, of course, and then you get this sound. Then you're going to move up a whole step. A whole step is when you skip 2 frets. A half step is when you skip 1. So we're going to skip 2 frets up here, up to C over D, and that's how you get the chorus. And you're with your right hand, you're going to be picking string 6, 4, 3, and 2, skipping strings 5 and 1. Just hopping back and forth, and your strings might squeak, but with practice it gets better. Or if you either use some kind of a polish on your strings to quiet them, or use a nylon string guitar instead of a steel string, it will not squeak. So that's how you go back and forth with that. And then you go back to E minor. Back to F major 7, back to E minor like we discovered in the beginning. There's also a barred E minor you can do, and a barred F major 7 you can do. If you're not familiar with barred chords on guitar, they're hard. They take a while to get used to unless your action's pretty low. Even still, it takes a moment to get used to. So I'd stick to these in the beginning first. Oops. And then naturally at one point you'll get a hang of the E minor 7 to the F major 7 that are barred on frets 7 and 8. But we can cover that in another video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and definitely feel free to post your video, not just to the person who requested this, but anybody else who adores that song by Cleo called Her Light. Hit me up, let me know how your practice is going.